last time I was here was December 2021, so we were just going into January 22, of course. And I said then that I didn't expect interest rates to shoot up. How wrong was I? In fact, the day I was here was the first day interest rates went from 0.1% to 0.25. And today we still sat at 5.75. So they went up certainly more than I was expecting, much quicker than I was expecting. 2022 was a year full of events. Markets then was really in some turmoil because of the cost of fuel, oil, gas prices shooting up. Clearly the start of inflation skyrocketing actually resulted in the end of that year that the US market was down 19%. The FTSE 250, which is effectively UK PLC, was also down around 19%. The European market was down 14%, and the Asian markets were just more volatile than they've ever seen. When stock markets went down, you would expect to see fixed interest rate markets increase because they work like scales. But for the first time in 100 years, stock markets come down, fixed interest actually went down further. So couple that with inflation, normally what you would see when stock markets are volatile in that sense, that people will move their money from shares and equities into fixed interest. Well, because they'd gone down further, there was actually nowhere to move your money. So effectively, people had to just sit tight and ride out the storm. 2023, markets rallied. And this is quite normal. If you look throughout history, when you see a sharp decline in stock markets, you tend to see quite a sharp recovery. This year, do I expect markets to continue the same? Probably not. I think we're going to see quite a bit of volatility this year, predominantly driven by elections. Just touching on interest rates, the Federal Reserve are looking at, and as are the ECB, which is the European Central Bank, are looking at starting to make interest rate reductions already. I'd expect that to be a steady flight path down. I don't expect some sharp reductions. The Bank of England, though, have been quite direct in what they've said about reducing interest rates. They don't expect to reduce interest rates anytime soon. Their biggest fear for a spike in inflation, even though it's come down quite a bit from where the double digits that we saw around sort of 12, 18 months ago, they're worried that the national living wage that's due to increase in March, April time this year is going to cause a spike again in inflation, so undo some of their good work that they feel that they've done. So effectively what they're looking at doing is keeping interest rates at around the 5.75 for the foreseeable future. But then what they do plan to do, all being well, is seeing sharper reductions. So where we may see the US come down quite gently, what we would expect to see with the Bank of England is something a bit more sharp when they decide to reduce them. But the really important thing is to have a diverse portfolio that you're happy with the level of risk that you're taking.